Last time on One Piece, with the powers of his awakened Gum Gum fruit, name pending, Luffy has managed to deal some heavy blows to Kaido. And by the look of things, they're pretty much evenly matched now, if they weren't before. Meanwhile, with the combined effort of Raizo as well as Jinbei, the fires that were ignited all across Onigashima for various different reasons have all but been extinguished for the most part. And with things finally winding down, the only question left is, can Momonosuke make it so that Onigashima lands safely once Luffy, hopefully, defeats Kaido? What'll happen next? Let's find out. I love this color spread. Robin looking so beautiful. My favorite Robins are always the ones that wear hats. I love Jinbei chilling out with his dad bod. The old men are fast asleep. I love it. Robin, of course, reading as well as Nami. Luffy, Frankie, and Usopp playing around. Momonosuke. It's weird that Momonosuke is here, but I mean, hey, Momonosuke would make the greatest water slide possible. And hot dogs on the beach? Yes, please. Which is weird. I live in Florida, but I never go to the beach. The sun there, it's coarse and it gets everywhere. Alright, enough with the cover page. Let's get into the chapter proper. Yamato cries out, "You can do it, Momonosuke! Make those flame clouds." And Momonosuke is like, it's not that easy. I can't do it. They won't appear. I can't. Chapter 1047, The Sky Over the Capital. Okay, this might be a Momonosuke-centric chapter with a little bit of Kaido versus Luffy spliced in for a bit of fun. Alright, flashing back to 20 years ago, when Kozuki Castle was engulfed in flames. Lady Toki says, "Momonosuke, go with Kinemon and the others, and when you reach the future 20 years from now, you must rebuild the strength of the Kozuki clan." Momonosuke cries and whines, "But I can't! You and Hiyori come with me, mother," as he cries into his mother's lap. Kinemon, on his knees, begs to Momonosuke, "Lord Momonosuke, this is the hardest of all for your lady mother." Momonosuke looks back in shock. This is the land of samurai, a place where shame is as heavy as life itself. If a man argues with a grave decision that a woman summoned all of her courage to make, he does nothing but shame her. Momonosuke cries back, "But I'm a child." Kinemon bows his head. So far he slams it into the ground. "If you'll forgive me for saying so, in the wake of Lord Odin's passing, you are not just a child anymore. If I may speak freely, will you give us another chance to fight? If our lives are only going to be given over to the flames, then we would prefer to perish for our liege, with blades in hand. Will you allow us to die as samurai?" Kinemon cries and sobs while saying this. Momonosuke stands up and wipes away his tears. Toki says, "Momonosuke?" Kinemon cries as he bows his head as Momonosuke walks over to him. He calls back to Toki, "Mother, I'm ready, mother. I will go." Obvious fear in his eyes. Toki covers her mouth, saying good, choking back the tears. Momonosuke comes to the realization and says, "I'm failing my mother." And then he notices Onigashima's path of descent. He says, "Stop! Don't go to the capital! Don't go that way!" Oop. Meanwhile, in the skies over Onigashima, Luffy has grabbed the lightning! He's riding the lightning! Kaido smiles. "So you grabbed the lightning, eh? Preposterous!" Luffy cries out, "Gum Gum, lightning!" and chucks it right at Kaido. But Kaido dodges lightning. Those are some death battle stats. Kaido is fast enough to dodge lightning attacks thrown at him. But Kaido rears back his kanabo and says, "Play all the games you want." And as Luffy can only look on in shock, Kaido bada swings and bashes Luffy through the air. Kaido says, but as Luffy recovers from being knocked away by grabbing more lightning and swinging on it and managing to spring himself back at Kaido. So he is turning the lightning into rubber. Wild. He can turn the intangible tangible by touching it. So he could turn water into rubber if he wanted to. Man, Oda really just said, all your theories are correct. Except the resin one. That's stupid. But as Luffy comes bounding back at Kaido, Kaido rears back once again. And he says abilities alone cannot conquer the world. Luffy goes in with a flying leg. Gum gum. But Kaido dodges the attack and bashes Luffy in the face. And it's good to see that Luffy has, just because he's awakened, doesn't mean he's ready to stomp Kaido. It's just like, blah. Then again, most of Luffy's power-ups rarely end up really just stomping a main villain. And as Luffy goes flying back to Onigashima, hit by Kaido's Kanabo, Kaido says, the world is convenient that way. Roger didn't have any fruit powers. Okay, Roger did not have any fruit powers. You kind of guessed that. It felt pretty obvious because it feels like during that flashback, if he did have it, we would have seen him use it to some degree, but alright, that's as good a confirmation as any. Roger did not have fruit powers. Ooh, Luffy hits the ground, but because of his abilities, the ground just bends in and bounces him back up. But the question is it going to be one of those situations where Kaido just keeps hitting Luffy back into the ground, and he just comes springing back, just bam, 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 bam. So this could be a blessing or a curse. Luffy springs back and says, whoa! And Kaido says, as he reels back for another hit, as Luffy goes springing back, because only Haki can transcend all. Okay, even Kaido's just like, devil fruit powers are okay, but it's Haki that rules them all. So as Kaido goes in for a swing, Luffy armor Haki's up his arms. Ooh, jeez. But Kaido delivers a massive hit, crying out, Destroyer of Death, Thunder, Bagua! And Luffy goes flying, blood splattering everywhere. Man, every time Luffy managed to gain a bit of an edge over Kaido, well, he bounces back stronger. I have no other terminology for this. And it almost looks like Luffy's been knocked out. He has a massive lump on his head, birds tweeting around it and stuff. But Luffy grabs Kaido by the skin of his chest, because Kaido is also rubber because he's being touched by Luffy. As Luffy goes flipping up into the clouds, Kaido just looks at Luffy's hand gripping his chest, and he just starts tugging at it like, let go, you bastard. Oh, Kaido even starts beating the arm with his kanabo and is like, let go of me! So Kaido turns from his hybrid to his full dragon form and says, you're only telling me where to find you. Dragon Twister Demolition Gus! And sends out massive wind slices to where Luffy's arm is. And he says, you still have a weakness to cutting attacks, I presume. And, Luffy's cutting weakness is still there as the wind blade slice into Luffy and he bleeds. Oh, man. Gear 5th was pretty hyped for a while there, but man, Kaido is giving him the business. Meanwhile, at the party at the Flower Capital, where everyone's letting off the lanterns, you hear people saying, send them off to the deceased. There they go. Let the sky boats fly. Keep her steady. The festival is coming to an end, and tomorrow we'll be working like slaves again. Keep her steady. Keep her steady. I hope I get to live another year. Oh, jeez, that's so sad. Partying while saying, I hope I get to live another year, just to be able to celebrate once again. Jeez, imagine being only able to feel real joy 1 day out of the year. Jesus. Oh, we even see Tama, giggling as she looks up at the skyboat saying, ha, keep her steady. Find the way to daddy. Oh. Meanwhile, back with Luffy versus Kaido, Kaido prepares a Boro breath and says, let go of me. Come down here, Straw Hat, and blast Luffy, incinerating him and turning him pitch black yet again. Meanwhile, inside the Skull Dome, are you alright, Boss Hyogoro? It seems that Onigashima is in danger of falling. Hyogoro laughs. Ha ha ha, that means we're pressuring Kaido. Then tell me then, which would you prefer? If the Straw Hat Fellow defeats Kaido, we will all fall to our deaths. But if we survive, that means Kaido's won. Dang. Is this the power of Joy Boy? Is this the power of Luffy? The samurai with him laughs, says, really? Is that supposed to be a debate? I've got children back in Hakama, and my wife is in Ringo. If we win this battle, I'll rest assured they can lead a good life. How wonderful that would be. We'll have a country we can be proud of again. Go ahead, Straw Hat. Crush Kaido, and don't worry about us. Kid looks up like, yeah, I'm kind of worried. I'd really rather not die like this. And one of the beast pirates shout, are all of you samurai insane? Every last one of us is going to die. And Hyogoro just smiles and says, and what's wrong with that? Damn. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice, but the flames are still raging where they are, but it's the Skull Dome, which is like the innermost part of the place. Meanwhile, the castle basement, Usopp and Hamlet are running away. Usopp shouting, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I refuse to die, not me. I'm going to live like, no matter... Oh, I guess that's a bit of a mistranslation. It says, I'm going to live no matter it takes. They forgot the what. Yeah, okay, he was running from the fire and suddenly water comes splashing through, knocking both Usopp and Hamlet off their feet. Usopp cries out, what? Water? Treasure repository, second floor. Oh, the nail that Orochi was hit with fell out. And as Orochi's burning, he says, there. It's out. Some vibration jarred the sea prism stone nail loose. Hiyori is in shock. And as Orochi transforms, still set ablaze, he says, at the very least, I can take you down with me. Are you watching, Odin? I'm taking your precious daughter to hell with me. Yo! I won't lie, Orochi has never looked more badass. Just him on fire with that manic desperate look in his eyes. Jeez, and Hiyori reels back in shock. Oh, meanwhile, with Momonosuke and Yamato, I guess Luffy cries out, hey Momo, and Momonosuke looks to the sky, the thunderclouds, and says, huh? Luffy? And then Yamato and Momonosuke look up with a shocked expression. What? Jesus. Whoa. This is what Luffy was doing. Here comes the giant fist indeed. It's damn near the size of Onigashima. Luffy cries out, I'm gonna put an end to all of this. But Onigashima's in the way, so move it. Luffy was just making sure. It's just like, I gotta aim this. It's like when Madara brought down the meteor, or even Fujitori's ability, just meteor fist. Yamato cries out, he's gonna punch right through the island. Momonosuke says, Luffy, no. Luffy says, Luffy, yes. And Luffy just says, do it, Momo. I believe in you. And Momonosuke's just like, what? Oh, man. Okay, so what if two things is about to go on with Kaido? Either he's going to find a way to resist this and hold it off, but I feel like next chapter we're going to get a flashback. Like, this is Kaido's defeat. I can't see this still going any further. Because Luffy, he was... Even when he managed to get one over on Kaido, Kaido still had him on the ropes. So if this doesn't do it, I can't imagine what will. But Kaido put to bed so many debates. It's just like, did Roger have a devil fruit? Did Luffy get it? No, he did not. Oh, with Luffy's devil fruit, that makes him completely unstoppable. And Kaido's just like, no, training and hockey is what matters. Shut the fuck up. Like, Kaido straight up saying is just like, no, you train your body. If you do not have a strong body, you ain't shit. Okay, and Orochi being set ablaze, is this finally going to be where Denjiro comes in and cuts off the final head? Because, despite Orochi having the devil fruit, he only has the one head left. And so I guess this is what everybody was correct. All of Orochi's other heads were cut off, leaving him with just the one. This is Denjiro's moment. If Denjiro doesn't just come in and just slice off the final head, what's the point? He hasn't been in this manga for so long. It's weird. But the flames of Onigashima are still being put out. The samurai have accepted their death. The fire festival is announced to be about to come to an end, so that really shows that, Luffy versus Kaido is about to come to its conclusion. And we've even had it proven that Luffy can even touch non-tangible matter, non-physical matter. Like grabbing lightning, he can grab flames, he can grab water. Just pick that shit up and be like, yep, there you go. And Momonosuke's gonna have to, really produce them flame clouds. Luffy is just like, you better move it. You better move Onigashima. It's gonna be a problem if you don't. Leave it to Luffy to make it so that Momonosuke has no choice but to get his ass in gear. That really does feel about right. But tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. Do you think flashback next chapter? Denjiro slicing off the head of Orochi? Finally? It's all things we know are about to happen. It's just when. But it feels like we're about to hit the conclusion, but it feels like we've had that conclusion come up multiple times now. Although I gotta say, God, it just reminds me of Strong World with the Gigant 4 axe just coming out of the clouds. But now you have, what is he even gonna call it? Gigant Mjolnir or something like that. The way it's poking out of the clouds is so badass. And Momonosuke has to just produce those flame clouds, but how's he gonna do it? Is it gonna be at the last second? How is he going to figure out how to produce more? Is he finally going to be triggered? So many questions. But hey, subscribe. That way you don't miss out on the next reaction. I know where there's a break, unfortunately. I think it's because it's a holiday next week in Japan, so no chapter. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. That is, if you subscribe, or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. Until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.